Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Melanin Margin, the weekly chat show where conversations about race are never off the table. We're your hosts, Quaviondre Williams.
And Daquon Wilson.
So let's get into this week's conversation. What's hot on the table this week?
So recently, Chloe Bailey has frequently come under fire for her open sensuality and self-expression. Ever since the Chloe X Halle duo launched separate accounts and the 23-year-old began posting videos and photos, she's been met with negativity about being quote unquote too sexy. Last February, Bailey directly addressed the criticism, sharing that she's had to confront body issues in the past and gets her confidence when she dances and performs. The singer cried while talking about the journey she's been on when it comes to self confidence, acknowledging that she felt insecure for a long time. Quote, when my songwriting and produce with my songwriting and producing, I feel so badass. And I get the same feeling when I dance in my room, when I just own who I am and my body. And for so long, I used to think I was like fat and like I used to hate my stretch marks and my cellulite. But it's like now I really love who I am. For every woman out there, don't change who you are to make society feel comfortable. And I'm telling myself that's not what I'm going to do. End quote. So that begs the question, do you think that the criticism Chloe faces is valid? Is Chloe, as they say, doing too much?
I think that people need to mind their fucking business, honestly. It's
Mind the
one
business that pays you.
right? Like it's it's one thing to not like someone's art, right? But to publicly criticize someone's artistry on their platform is taking haterade to a whole new level. Baby, the block button is free. It's free as hell. Um, if you don't like something that someone is doing, don't engage with it. Don't interact with it. Don't say anything about it whatsoever. Just like you said, Daquon, take a big ass gulp of mind of your own business and drink it up and move the fuck on. I mean, Chloe is a grown ass woman. And if she or any person wants to show their goodies for the world to see, that's their fucking prerogative. As long as they're happy and feeling their fantasy, who the fuck are we to judge anything that they do? Her artistry may not be your cup of tea, but it doesn't have to be because she's not doing it for you, bitch. But if we're going to be 100% real right now, even if she did like perform fully dressed from head to toe and didn't dance an inch, people would still be talking shit. They'd they'd be saying that she's doing nothing, she needs to be doing more, that she's lazy, and so on and so forth. I mean, as a society, we really need to move past policing women's bodies. When I first watched Chloe's work for this discussion, I did think that she was being a little excessive as well, but that was why we have this thing. I don't know, Daquan, what's the word? Oh yeah, it's called self-reflection. And as I reflected on my initial thoughts, I realized that what she does with her body ain't got shit to do with me.
Mm.
My artistic viewpoint can and has been criticized as too provocative or too much for certain eyes as well. All the leads in every original story that I write are Black and LGBTQIA identifying. I've had many publishers and agents reject my work because, in their minds, a gay LGBTQIA character was too polarizing and too outlandish to represent or publish in the fantasy field. And I'm sure for Daquan, the same could be true of their artistic expression as well. I mean, makeup on people who mainstream society doesn't believe should be wearing it is also seen as polarizing or controversial. So
Yep.
any art form can be seen as too much or too far. But just because people might not understand why we express our art the way we do does not mean that we will or should change it to fit the status quo. I mean, I express my art by creating stories for little Black gay teens to have characters and fantasies they can see themselves in. Chloe Bailey knows she's a bad bitch and she wants to showcase her badassery to the world. She has every motherfucking right to express her art the way she wants to, and it may change and evolve as all art and artists do. Hopefully, though, whatever way she chooses to change it, it's because she decides to change it and not because of the pressure of the patriarchy that tries to stifle female sexuality and expression, or because of the pressure for Black women to show more skin in order to be celebrated by mainstream media. But Daquon, I want to pass the question back to you. Do you think she's doing too much?
I think that people will find a way to hate Black women. Period. People will find any reason whatsoever to hate on a Black woman.
She breathing too hard. She breathing too hard.
She breathing too hard. She looking at me too hard. She moved her hair too hard. Like that hair flip, no, too much. That lip gloss, no, too much. Any reason to tear down a Black woman, people will find it. Because like I know for me, I've been a Chloe stan. Like listen, when Have Mercy came out, I had that on replay. When her latest song dropped, I've been having it on replay. Because like she has a certain artistry, and I think that her passion for what she does communicates to me very well. It may not communicate to everyone. It may not be everybody's zhuzh or cup of tea or whatever, but it's mine, and I enjoy that. And there are people who enjoy what she's doing. So if it's not your cup of tea, like you said, the block button is free 99. You ain't got to pay for no subscription service. You ain't got to pay for ads or nothing. Click, block, and that's it. And you don't even have to say like that
kills me. That kills
because my biggest pet peeve of being an artist is when somebody, especially those who have never partaken in the practice of my art at all, give some unnecessary criticism. Like, who are you?
Exactly.
Like, this is Chloe Bailey.
Yeah.
She is in Beyonce's personal pocket. Like, Beyonce was like, Beyonce. I think we got to reestablish that Beyonce was like, Chloe Bailey is a star. So who is you, you know, bad baby whatsoever, 2233 on Twitter being like, I think Chloe's doing too much. Like, who are you? Are you booked? Do I know you? Do you have a Grammy? Do you have a Tony? Do you have a single? Did it go platinum?
Anything?
Or anything? Even a SoundCloud? Do you even have a SoundCloud?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You're just a basic bitch.
Talk.
Oh,
you just a basic bitch, so you don't need to spread anything, because it's like, if you don't like something, it takes more energy out from you to say something about it than it does to simply scroll away, move on with your life. And it's like, why do you have the time? Why do you have the time to have, you know, unnecessary criticism or whatever? And like, I was a creative writing major in college, so I took a lot of different writing workshops. And something that I really appreciated was from one of my workshops where it had the structure of basically like, when we were going through critiques, because that's a part of workshop, you know, say, hey, I have a suggestion for X, Y, and Z. Do you want to hear it? And the author has the power to be like, no, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Or yes, I do want to hear it. And I think that is something that we should just employ in our lives. Like, if somebody doesn't want to hear your critique, they're not going to take your critique. It doesn't matter what your critique is. So why give all of this unnecessary bullshit when in reality they ain't got to take it? They don't have to listen to a damn thing you say, because you are not paying their bills. You are not giving them the opportunities that they need. The people who do are seeing their work. The people who do are already appreciating what they put out there. Mm-hmm. So once again, I ask you the question, who are you?
Exactly. I think that what really gets me, because even when I had my initial thoughts about watching her video or whatever, nothing in me was like, let me text and say, let me post on Instagram or Twitter and just have her in my head rent free. It's like, it's if it's something that you don't vibe with or engage with, then just not don't take it in. And I don't
Right.
understand. I just don't. I mean, well, some people just like hating, so we know that. Some people just like being a hater. Some people just
Haters will
like doing
hate.
that. Exactly. But it's just, I've never understood the, oh, let me go ahead and just send so much hate and vitriol to this person because they aren't performing or being the way that I want them to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes no sense. It's really it doesn't make any sense. Like I have a TikTok account and like I'll be scrolling through and I'll see some stuff where people are like doing dumb shit or saying dumb shit. And I'm kind of like, ooh, no, baby, block. I'll block. I don't need to comment,
Right.
you are fucking dumb for saying X, Y, and Z, or you're fucking this, and the fourth. I don't have to do
That's
that.
engagement.
The fuck? I don't want any
You
more. I don't
running
want
my
any,
numbers up.
exactly. And plus, I don't want any more of that video to come in my page. Like I'm trying to customize my For You page, bitch. I don't need you in my no. So like it really baffles me the thought process that some people will go through and just be like, ooh, I got this first, what is it called? When your intrusive thoughts become action. It's like, girl, like you might think in your head, ooh, yeah, that's crazy what they did there. But I've never been like, ooh, that's crazy. Let me text this person. Let me make a video about how much I can't stand this person. That to me is just, once again, they're living in your head rent free. If someone doesn't matter to you, period. There's nothing else to say. If someone doesn't matter to you, it's done. It's done. You don't matter. Anytime I see anybody spreading that kind of hate and that kind of stuff, I'm like, baby, you do know that engagement is engagement, right?
Period.
Like,
run my numbers up.
You do know that's the reason why people like Christian Walker are still like very successful, because even if you hate him, every time you comment and say, oh yeah, Christian Walker this, or tweet this about Christian Walker that, bitch, you know that's running his check up. So like some people use hate as a way to get them coins. So it's like I don't understand the thought process, because I'm just like, at the end of the day, if you don't like something that someone is doing, just ignore it, move on, let it go, because it has nothing, literally, it takes, what is it? It takes zero effort to mind your own fucking business. And also, Daquon, I swear, if I hear one more motherfucking argument that goes, what about the kids? I think I'm gonna fucking scream, bitch. Like, Chloe Bailey is not your fucking nanny. She's not your fucking school teacher. She's not your fucking babysitter. She's a singer who makes music for adults, period. Full stop. Like,
right. What was it I said in the previous episode? Parental controls exist for a reason.
For a reason.
If you're too incompetent to use it, that's your problem. And I also think that, people don't keep this energy for, male dancers for male rappers. They're not doing too much when they're, dancing sexually or whatever like that. And I think that gets to the point of, Chloe is a woman who is owning herself and her own body. She is independent. When it comes to a backup dancer for a male rapper or whatever, people see that and it's like, oh, they're for him. Like, he has control over what they do. And so that's all right. And it's like, first of all, if you're going to have energy that somebody's doing too much, you need to keep that energy around, because otherwise you're just showing that you're being a misogynistic asshole.
Period. Like, I just think at the end of the day, just raise your fucking kids, bitch, and stop blaming artists for your poor parenting skills. Like, fucking period.